Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we have a 2025 Low Rider ST. It's in for a cam, a ThunderMax, and a 1,000-mile service. So we're going to go ahead and do a video on this one so that you can see what it's like to install a cam on one of the new Low Rider STs. Okay, the Low Rider ST that we just showed you, 2025 model, getting the Trask breather, Cyclorama 484, the ThunderMax, and adjustable push rods with the black tubes. Okay, first step, as usual, is going to be taking the header off, making room to pull the cam cover off so we can get the motor in the correct position to start pulling the push rods, cutting the push rods out. So that's what's coming next. All right, we got the exhaust pipe off. That leaves us lots of room now to do what we need to do. So next thing is going to be taking off the cam cover. This bike only has 1,000 miles on it, so we're going to go ahead and do the initial 1,000-mile service on it after we get done with the cam install. So he'll be set to go. One of the shop tricks Tony uses is these little green magnetic containers. He likes to put like hardware that belongs in specific spots in these magnetic holders. They stick to the workbench and they hold the hardware. And he knows what bunch goes with what part. So it's a really smart thing that he does to keep track of hardware. Garrett, the owner, is going to be putting a different breather on here, the Trask breather. So we're going to take this off and get it out of our way. This factory thing. A lot of people don't like this. It gets in your way. It looks good. I get it. I like the way it looks too. But functional wise, it's in the way. I love the way it looks, but I don't like the way it functions for ergonomic reasons, not functional reasons. Now you can see there's a lot more room to work right there. So what we're doing now is pulling the push rod tube clips to be able to put the engine in the right position, but we got to pull the cam cover first and then line up the timing marks, and we'll start with the rear cylinder like we always do. Cut those tubes, then we'll move it to the front, top dead center, cut those tubes, then we can pull the cam chest out. That's all ARP hardware that the owner put on there. It makes it really nice. It looks good too. Oh, it looks pretty clean. We like to mark our timing marks with a blue marker. It makes it easier to see it. Of course, you can see the dots without it, but it just makes it easier for us. So we've got the two timing marks set up for rear top dead center. We went ahead and pulled that cup off just so we could see a little better. Again, you don't have to do this. We do it because we do it. This isn't something that's required. It just makes it easier for us to see the timing marks. We owed folks, very owed. We had to have visual help. All right, so now he's going to check, make sure his rear push rods can spin with your thumb and forefinger, no pressure. If they spin, and they do, he can now cut those out. Then we will move forward and spin this gear 180 degrees out, which will put the front cylinder on top dead center. Those push rods should spin and can be cut out. Then we can put tappet keepers, magnetic tappet keepers up here, keeps the tappets out of the way, then the whole cam chest can come out. We're going to do this in real time so you can see it. Make sure if you're going to be cutting these push rods out that you use a really good quality set of bolt cutters. Adjust them out. Good quality set of bolt cutters, and adjust them out real good so you don't mar the metal, you actually cut it. So watch what he's doing. Also, let's demonstrate something right quick. Also, most of your bolt cutters will have a bolt with the threads here, and flip it over. See how smooth that is? You want to use that side up against what your work you're doing so you don't scratch it. That's why he's got it marked top. Flip it over. See how he's got it marked top? So we don't want to scratch up our chrome tappet covers. That's why he's got it marked top. See how smooth that was? It's because that's a good set of cutters. There you go, just like that. I think the only thing we're going to reuse out of that would be the spring and the cap there. None of the rest of it will be reused.
Gotta get it just right.
This should help explain why you need to put the timing marks in a certain position, because you don't want any spring tension on those push rods. Effectively what's happening is the cam is getting positioned on what's called the base circle. There's no lift going on. I know most people know that. I'm just saying it for those that don't. See, what he's going to do now is he's going to put that special tool in there, magnetic, that'll hold those lifters out of the way. They won't be touching the cam. So when we pull the cam out, there won't be any restrictions. All right, he's going to spin the motor 180 degrees out. So he's going to put the timing mark on the bottom gear. He's going to spin it one complete turn. He's going to put the timing mark right back where it was, but the top timing mark will be 180 degrees out. Just like that. Okay. Now, when he spins the push rods upstairs there on the front cylinder, they should be able to spin freely. See, 1 and 2. So they spin freely. He could cut away now and not cause any problems. Pretty clean cut on that one. A lot of times in these videos I'll speed up this process, but this time I wanted to just do it real time so you could see it. Now we'll put the magnetic lifter retainer on the front. Just making sure he gets all the O-rings out. We'll put new ones in. Even though it's a brand new motorcycle, we're going to put new O-rings in it. That's what you do. We'll get the tensioner out of the way. Now he's going to pull the bolt off the bottom gear. We'll take those out as one piece so we don't disturb the timing on the chain and the gears. A lot of people take it all the way apart, but there's a simple way of doing it. Just pull the gears off together with some tension on the chain. That way your timing marks stay the same. Lay it down. Save yourself a few minutes. Just like that. Now, everything should be easy now. Was there? Yeah, there's a washer back there. Good deal. we're going to pull this one apart with the oil pump remaining on the plate. That way we don't have to disturb any of that pump timing. We have these lift pits here in our shop that allows the lift to be flush to the floor. And every time you drop something, it goes in the pit. So we've got a long expandable magnet to reach down in the pit to get it. It's only, what, 7 inches deep?
Yeah.
But still, actually it kind of works as a good tool because things don't run away. They tend to stay in the pit.
Yeah, but the older you get, you can't bend over.
Yeah, it's hard to. All right, so now he's going to pull the plate and the pump and the cam and everything out at one time. Well, the cam didn't come out with it, but sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But there's your cam. All right. Now what I will do is hand him the brand new Cyclorama 484. Look at that bad boy. Woo-wee. This is real time, people. Everybody shows these unboxing videos. My wife's good at that. So we're going to do a cam unboxing. All right, let's unwrap this cam. There you go. So anyway, here you go. It has the good bearing in there, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so the factory gives us a good bearing. There's no reason to change that. And it's got 1,000 miles on it, so certainly no reason to change it. When I say the good bearing, let me explain that. I know you've seen it on a bunch of other videos, but not too long ago, that would have been the bearing that was in there. See, there's sort of a cage around each roller. And that would have been the bearing that we would replace it with, but these new ones have this good bearing in them already. Always put assembly lube on these new parts, guys. It comes with grease on it, packing grease, but that's not sufficient. So he's putting the good old red assembly lube on there. Going right back into where it's supposed to go. And because we didn't disturb the oil pump, that should align right back up. There it went. So that what that amounted to was the part where the plate pushes into the place on the crankcase where there's an O-ring. So basically it's the pickup part of the plate so the pump can draw oil out of the crankcase. That's what you just saw. See, it just barely goes into place, and so he's in good shape now. We use blue Loctite on all the 1/4-20 hardware. Blue's the better choice. Don't use red.
You don't want it off, you just use red.
Yeah. If you never plan on taking it off and enjoy tapping broken bolts, please use red. If you don't enjoy drilling and tapping broken 1/4-20s, if that's not something you enjoy doing, use blue. It doesn't take much. He's going to go ahead and spin those in, and then we're going to put a torque wrench on them at 115 inch-pounds just to verify that everything is right. Beautiful. All right, so now we need to put the gears back on.
Get that groove just right.
Now, if everything works out just right, that'll go right on, and it'll still be in time. There you go. Okay, so now at this point, we're going to go ahead and secure the cam gears, again using blue. Put the tensioner back on there now. And I need to put together some push rods.
Yep.
So while Tony's doing the final on this, I'm going to go ahead and put together some push rods, and we'll be right back. Okay, for those of you that don't know about the S&S push rods, they come in a, obviously come in a pack. Just take them out best you can. So these are the adjustable push rods. What they do is come out, spin out to where you need them to go. That lock washer will lock down, and that's where they stay. Okay, now it comes with new push rod tubes. Keepers and O-rings, everything you need. Just be careful taking these out of the package. You don't want to cut the O-rings. There's your new pack of O-rings. Here's the new keepers. All right, and discard the rest of it. What I like to do is go ahead and lay out the O-rings in the different sizes that we need. There's 3 different sizes. If you put them all together, it makes it easy during your assembly process. Plus, you can lubricate them all at once so that everything goes together good. All right. Now, all we need out of the old push rod cups are the spring. Don't need anything else.
I don't need one other thing. Not one. I need this.
I'll show you something very important here that a lot of people make mistakes on. I've seen it and done it myself. So I'm going to go ahead and lubricate these tubes to make the O-ring slip on there better. Okay, we're going to take a tube, a cup. It's already got the springs in it, or that one does because I put it in there. Okay, and then you're going to want to put a washer on first, and then the O-ring. Okay, the reason for that, which is pretty obvious, is you want the O-ring on the push rod tube and the washer to apply pressure. A lot of times, and best of them out there do it. If you're not watching what you're doing, you'll put the O-ring on first. I've seen it. Everybody's done it. If you're a mechanic, you've done it. And now look, you don't have a seal because you got a washer where an O-ring should be. So it'll leak. So again, the correct way of doing it is washer first, O-ring, push rod tube. Okay, and then just go ahead and get that ready. Okay, so then we'll do the next one. We're going to go in here with the spring. Cup goes on, washer goes on, O-ring goes on, push rod tube goes on. See? It'll seal. Next one, boom, 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 washer, O-ring, push rod tube, just like that. Boom, cap, spring, washer, O-ring, tube, push rod. Okay, Now those are ready to go. So I'll hand them over to Tony and we'll get them installed. All right, we're at the push rod install part of this job. So we're going to start with the front, which is where we still are. Front is on top dead center. We've got new O-rings. If you guys are doing this at home, please take your time, because if you forget to put an O-ring in there and you get everything ready to go, you've got all your push rods adjusted and you're ready to put the push rod tube on, and you forgot an O-ring, guess what you get to do? The whole thing over again. You're behind about an hour, possibly an hour. So you got to pull everything apart just to put an O-ring on there.
It sucks.
It's not fun, and it will make you mad at yourself. But you won't do it but once.
That's it.
You might do it twice, but you surely won't do it 3 times. Well, you might do it 3 times, but you might do it 4 times, but you sure won't do it 5 times.
You'll remember.
You certainly won't do it 6. I know for a fact if you don't, well, you could do it 10 times. It's possible that you can do it 10 times. Probably over a period of a career Harley technician's time, you could probably clock about 20 times on it. It's easy to get sidetracked on this stuff, man. There ain't nobody perfect. The best guys out there make little simple mistakes like that. Phone rings, you're in the middle of something. You got to go take a bathroom break. You're in the middle of something. All you can do is double check yourself every time you do something. It's just part of the deal. It really is.
Just hold it till you get done.
What is that old saying? If you don't make a mistake, you never learn anything. Is that, or where did that come? Or did I just make that up? No, that came from somewhere. If you don't make a mistake, you never learn anything. So wear your mistakes with pride, people. Don't hide from them. Now, with all that said, do you want to double check your O-rings?
No, I know I done put them all in.
So one of the things that's going to be time consuming today on this is we still have the factory lifters in there, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. This bike got 1,000 miles on it. But generally, it takes a long time for those lifters to bleed down. When we do the bikes that have multi-thousands of miles on them, and we put new lifters in, we pre-load the lifters with vacuum, and it seems to cut that time way down. So in this case, if it takes a while, I'm just going to turn the camera off and we'll come back later. Probably won't have time today to do but the front cylinders, but it could take up to 45 minutes for them to bleed down. Now the other way we do it is 5 or 10 minutes, but it could be, we might get lucky, it's 5 minutes. We might be sitting here overnight on these things. It just depends. But you can't be impatient. What he's doing is he's marking an X on there so he can reference where that push rod is, and he knows how many turns he's got. We got 6 sides on a bolt. They want you to do 24 flats. That's 1. That's 2.
That's 3.
That's 3.
4.
That's 24. All right, so now simple math tells you that 6 times 4 is 24. The S&S manual tells you 24 flats. So he just did 6 flats times 4 turns is 24 flats. And we always use a dot of blue on these. That's a big controversy. I know, I hear it all the time. Don't Loctite your push rods. Well, we gonna Loctite them because we don't want them to come apart.
That's right. I'm gonna move on.
We make these special tools here with the orange cord on them. It's part number SVT001. If anybody's interested in those, they're $119 a set. call direct in here to Samson V Twin, and we'll be glad to send you a set of those for $109 today only, $119.95 for pushrod keepers, custom pushrod keepers, right here at Samson V Twin. No, those Tony made those out of what, elastic, like paracord or something?
It's for kayaks, holding stuff down on kayaks.
And then he just bent a little hook,
Clothes hanger.
a little clothes hanger hook, and ground it down so it's sharp on one end, and he bent it so it slips up between the pushrod tube and the pushrod, and it holds it out of the way.
Holds up when you gotta have 9 fingers.
The custom orange color is just makes it look cool. You can get that. You can buy that stuff in a roll for like $3 or $4, can't you?
It's about $20.
$20.
Yeah.
He's just putting a scratch on it so he can reference which flat comes around, and it'll stay there forever. Maybe the next technician sees it and he'll go, "Oh, that guy knew what he was doing."
One. Two. Three. 4.
All right. Again, simple math. 6 times 4 is 24. Just run that up and get it ready to lock down, but not lock it down. We want to wait for those to bleed down.
Chicken back. Nothing yet.
It's going to take a while.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is turn the camera off right now until those things bleed down, because otherwise, you know, just wasting everybody's time. All right. See you in just a few minutes. Okay, so about 10 minutes later, the push rods started to spin, which is fine. So we're going to go ahead and button these up, and then we'll go and put the push rods on the. We'll turn this 180. This one didn't break loose yet.
Nope.
All right. So the second push rod now has bled down. We're going to go ahead and tighten it down. Some blue Loctite on it. Just a drop. He'll lock that down. Then we can spin the motor back around 180 and do the same thing on the rear. There you go. All right. So I won't bore you with the rear cylinder. When we come back, we'll reinstall the header and get the ThunderMax ready to go. So once you've seen one of these, you've seen them all, but I just wanted to give you a sort of a real-time view of what it takes to do this stuff. All right, it was a long day today, everybody. We got this bike almost completed, and it was today's Friday. It's the end of the day. So I'll give you a quick walk around on the bike. We still have a couple of things to do. The main thing is the ThunderMax has to be dialed in and programmed and registered with the warranty. So nothing's been done on the ThunderMax other than it's been installed. Here's the data port right here. On these bikes, the ECU is behind or in front of the rear tire, right behind the battery and all that. It's down in the bowels of the bike. So there's no way to access the ThunderMax with a data cable. So they give you one that you can put under the seat or get it somewhere where you can get access to it. Got a couple other things that we're going to put on here. Custom levers and a custom taillight. So it's Friday. It's time for the weekend, and we'll finish this up next week, and I will get that video out to you, and it'll show the ThunderMax setup and results from the tune and how it reacted and how we like it. So, as usual, I really appreciate you watching. If you like what I do, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, thanks for watching anyway, because I know you got this far in the video. I'm always here at the shop, usually. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to email me or call on the phone. If you're within 100 miles, come on by one day. You know, if you have something you want done, come on by and see the shop, talk to us. We're just regular dudes. So, I'm Steve Carr, and I'll talk to you later.